very glad to have an opportunity to speak to all of you about the situation and my candidacy. My name is Mike Waggoner. I'm candidate for Zone 5, but everyone can vote for me. One thing we need to make clear is a lot of confusion. Most of the people think they can only vote for the person in their zone. Actually, the zones only indicate where the candidate lives. Okay, so there will be 3 positions, Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 5 on the ballots. You can vote for 3 people, and please do. I have 40 years of experience, just as a summary, in large companies affecting constructive change. This includes cultural change. I also spent 9 years in politics as an activist and HOA president in the north of the Seattle area. I have a slogan: make NIC great again, reflect community values. Okay, need to reflect those values. So let's talk about NIC. Some of the others have talked, but NIC is, some people call it the gem of North Idaho, and it definitely is. It's the only community college in North Idaho. It has a beautiful campus, one in Rathdrum, the ones downtown, which is just wonderful areas, lots of facilities there. And then they have a facility up at Sandpoint. Skilled staff, skilled faculty, a number of good technical and other programs. And the major problem is enrollment losses over the last few years, even though the number of people in the county is going up and we have more people graduating from school, so there's got to be some issue there. The budget this year is, I believe, $66 million. And hundreds of staff and faculty and about 4,200 students were indicated in enrollment as of last week. It's in a position to add great value to the whole Idaho Panhandle, and the issue is we need leadership and resources to support that. It's a great opportunity, and the board, from a policy standpoint and a resources standpoint, can help affect that. It takes a team. The issues, accreditation is caused by board dysfunction. 2 groups with different values were struggling for control, just to be blunt. Contrary to what you're being told, there's no risk of accreditation loss at this point. There's some issues that need to be worked, but there's no risk. As long as those are handled. As we know, our society has different groups with strongly diverging values. You see that all the time in the media. We currently have 2 conservative board members, and they are not up for re-election, so they will be there for the next 2 years. To prevent any risk of getting back into accreditation issues and occurring again, we need 3 more true conservatives, not advertised conservatives, but true conservatives on the board to work with them and move the college forward. There are only 3 true conservatives vetted by the KCRCC. Adding board members with significantly different values will cause significant conflict. If there is any accreditation risk, and I doubt it, that would be the cause. Declining enrollment is caused by a couple of things. Program mismatches, where they cancel some programs. They've also gone to, out over the last few years to Bonner County, and not to Bonner County, to Boundary County and Shoshone, and actually closed centers over there that had students attending. And the other issue, of course, is the school in some cases does not reflect community values, and that's really important. The county has about 64% Republican voters and 24% unaffiliated voters who are mostly conservative and believe in God, country, and family. and it has about 62.5% Christians. So what has been happening is that ministers and parents have been counseling students to not go to NIC because of their concern about what they were going to learn there from an indoctrination standpoint, not instruction. I've literally gone myself to a large church locally here. I attend church all the time. I'm a conservative Christian. And the minister spoke. Parents should not go work 2 jobs to send their kids to school to be taught something else than what the parents want them to believe. Okay, so it's significant. We need academic freedom at NIC, but where all the students and instructors value and respect everybody's belief system. So what can be done? We need to get board members that will work together. I'm well known for doing that even with people who intensely dislike each other. At one job at Boeing, my boss put me in the position, there were 2 groups that hated each other, and he put me in as the project manager to get both of them work together, and we were able to get through the emotional issues and then work them. Very good at that. But it's easier if we had the same values throughout the board. Also, we need to work with the president to determine which programs are desired by the community, because they've been cutting things like the aerospace program, and make sure all obstacles to their success are removed. This is a huge opportunity to grow this school. And then we need to make sure that the students get instruction, not indoctrination, from writing policies to ensure that. So what about me? What values do I bring to where I could do a really good job at this? One, I'm a big picture leader. That's what is needed. This is a large institution with 4,200 students. Give you an example, some of the things I've done. I worked at Tektronix. I was a second level manager of managers. I was assigned to a project where I met with one other gentleman, and what we did is redivide up the company and reorganize it all into 19 small companies. That was then implemented. It was put in the annual report, and what they did was say that it actually was successful. That company had 24,500 employees. So a school with maybe 6,000 people involved is not an issue. I have 20 years of experience making changes in large organizations. Project manager at Intermec, I had 101 people working for me, and we reorganized the whole company. The project was called the Octopus Project because it had a tentacle in every single department in the whole company. And it was done on schedule, on time, and on quality. I was the manager for all new systems, computer systems, at one point in all of the Peterbilt and Kenworth factories in the United States and Canada, all the new systems. Their sales, to give you an idea, their sales in 2016 were $11.5 billion a year in sales. So I'm used to dealing with lots of numbers and lots of people and getting people to work together in large companies, large organizations. And actually, NIC is technically a corporation. I have multiple college degrees that apply. I have a human resources degree, and I have a master's in business administration. And I have attended the last 11 board meetings, and I've been studying the operations at the school. So I've been working on this a year. My values, I care about people in the county. My family came to Idaho in 1907 as homesteaders in southern Idaho. They're still running the family farm that they started in 1920 in Nampa, Idaho. I consider this my cultural home. I came here and left over on the other side to come here for the culture, and I'd like to see it continue. I have a long history of being successful and making changes to large organizations when I come to a problem which corporate management would assign me to, I would straighten it out. I look forward to bring that benefit to the community. And finally, we need all 3 KCRCC recommended candidates on the board. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, literally, to enhance NIC and get more support from the community. Please vote for all 3.